It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back and happy Wednesday. Guys, I know this looks a little bit different. Normally, we do Hot Messy on Mondays and Fridays. However, as you can see, I'm not in my studio, and this week and next week are just a tad bit different. But one thing did stay the same. We are graced with Kim from Bravo Breaking News to help us ring in the hot, messy topics. But before we do, you know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for future videos. And let's welcome Kim.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be back once again. The Bravo news just never stops.
I was going through, by the way, guys, I was going through the list of topics with Kim, and I'm kind of getting over, like, Vanderpump Rules alone has like 50 things going on.
There's a lot. It's a lot. It's
like I can't even keep up. But before we get into all the topics, I saw Deborah Matthews said, does anyone know what a one-day general pass is for Bravocon? I live in Vegas and cannot get that information. I believe you can. Can't you go to bravocon2023.com?
I believe so. I know one-day tickets will be going on sale this Friday. If you are not already signed up for Bravo Insider, their email list, definitely sign up because you will get a pre-sale for tomorrow. But I think if you're talking about price ranges, I would guess somewhere around, $200, give or take, probably $100 to $200 for a one-day pass. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but I really hope that you score one if you weren't able to get a 3-day ticket.
Yeah, again, and for those of you guys who are trying so hard to get the tickets, I still believe that you will be able to get tickets later. I wouldn't buy the tickets that people went on, and I'm not trying to like knock anyone's hustle, but for the people who went on, I kind of think it's an asshole move. I get it. They're just trying to make money. But for the ones who went on and bought the VIP tickets and the GA tickets, and now they're selling them for 5 times as much, do not buy those tickets, you guys, because they're going to wait until the last minute. You can't do anything with the tickets once it's Bravocon weekend. They're going to realize we're stuck with these expensive ass tickets. And then they're going to not only change the markup, it's probably going to be marked down about 30%. So it just depends how sure you want to be and how long you want to play the waiting game. That's up to you. I wouldn't pay $4,500 for a $1,200 ticket. There's not a chance in hell.
No, definitely not. I think the waiting game is the way to go.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, Kim, I'm so excited to get into some Vanderpump Rules news. Shall we?
Wow. Yes. Wow. Let's do it.
Where do we start?
Oh my gosh, maybe the sighting last night at Sir, see you next Tuesday. That was I woke up to that and I was just kind of shook.
Okay, so I'm going to play this. This is on Kim's Bravo Breaking News. Take a look. This is what she's talking about, which, by the way, does have us a little shooketh. Hold on. So, Kim, tell us what we're looking at.
So this is at Sir. James was DJing at See You Next Tuesday. The person in the white shirt, if you haven't already noticed, is Tom Sandoval. Next to him in the 2 kind of neon trucker hats are Joe and Schwartz. And yes, they are filming. You can see a cameraman in the background. So yeah, I don't know. What were your thoughts, Adam, seeing this?
I mean, why the hell is she filming?
Joe?
Yeah. One, this is so odd to me because here's my take on how this season was going to go anyways. At the end of the day, I see what they did. Scandival came out. You worm with the mustache, you narcissistic douchebag, you're an asshole. You're a piece of the lowest of the low. But we're writing this out, right? Because ratings are high. The money's coming in, the sponsorships, the brand deals, the podcast numbers are up, the downloads are up. Like the money is flowing. So of course we're going to write it out. However, just as it's flowing, it still has to continue to flow, which means once they signed those contracts for the new season, the cast will be put in certain predicaments where they have to film with Tom Sandoval in some capacity. Now, are you going to have a miserable summer and be like you every time you see him? Well, you could. I'm sure Lala Kent will do that. But for James Kennedy, it looks like he caved pretty early.
Yeah, I kind of called this. I think it was in a video that I did yesterday or the day before. Like, we heard Lala kind of talk on her podcast saying, some people are kind of starting to sway, like just wait and see. And I'm like, so who are these some people? And my two guesses were Scheana and James. And I think that that's what we have here. It looks like James is really like just kind of maybe warming back up to Sandoval. They definitely seem to be having a good time here. There doesn't seem to be tension. So I don't know. It is definitely a 180 from the last time we saw James and Sandoval, but kind of like you said, it was kind of bound to happen. I mean, they're put together in this group. They're kind of, it's like housewives, you're kind of forced to sit in a room and talk about it and go through it. We see this season after season on Housewives. So it's no surprise that it's really happening here.
I mean, to be fair, James gave Tom Sandoval a black eye. They filmed the next day together. Tom punched Jax right in the face. They filmed the next day together. Portia dragged Kenya's ass off of the reunion floor, and they filmed together. Yes, he did cheat on his girlfriend. And no, I don't think Ariana will be filming with Tom Sandoval anytime soon. But this isn't as shocking to me. And I think it's because if you go through, like you said, you're forced to film with each other once you sign the contracts. If you go through the history of all of these other reality shows, some of them really beat the hell out of each other. And then they're like, oh, hey, girl, mimosas on Monday. It's what?
I know. It's like when this was all happening, we were like, oh my God, this is so unforgivable. He's never going to come back from this. We were all just like, our world was like turned upside down, as were their worlds. But now when you're kind of looking at it in hindsight, like this isn't something new really on Bravo. We've seen it time and time again. There have been these huge blowout fights, huge altercations, and it's the storyline we see them make up. So it does make a lot of sense that this is happening. However, I'm still pissed off. I'm still pissed off at Tom. Like, I don't want him to be friends with this group. I don't want them to really like forgive him this easily, but I am interested to see how it's going to all play out.
Now, did you see Lala's Amazon Live?
I didn't see it, but I saw, clips and I saw some summaries about kind of what she hinted at.
Okay, so guys, we're going to go ahead and play this for you and see what you think about this. Here we go. It was on Pump Rules on Instagram.
Scheana told us about the meditation on her live earlier today. She's definitely getting in trouble. There's no way she's not getting in trouble. Scheana. No. I'm still not saying a word. Hold on. Sarah said she told us she was paired with Sandoval for the meditation thing. Scheana. Wild. Uh-oh. She's gonna get in trouble, I bet. I am not going down. Come in.
So then obviously it cuts off. Now, she's going to get in trouble. What does she mean by that? I think that's like obviously the first question, which Bravo fans would probably start speculating. And if you don't know the behind the scenes or what you wouldn't know with the contracts, then you might think in your mind, Scheana would get fired for that. Well, that's not what she means. I know that this is still touchy. And of course, because it's something that just shouldn't have been done. It was gross. But you remember the Drunk Wives Matter hat for Kelly Dodd. When Kelly Dodd wore the Drunk Wives Matter hat, Kelly Dodd got a hefty ass fine from Bravo. She got a fine, meaning, hey, we are sending you a bill, but really it's not a bill. It's almost like it's like a receipt, because the way that these Bravo stars get paid is half up front and half at the end of the season. So as you go through the season, if you start ruining things, if you start revealing things, if you stop listening to producers, you start doing podcast interviews that they're telling you absolutely not, you think you're running the show, then you get fined. And if you thought you were getting $300,000 at the end of the season, because that was the other half of your paycheck, they're deducting the out of that because they're going through all of your fines, and then they are telling you, okay, this is what you're getting because you got fined. And that is what she means for Scheana. Scheana could get fined for this.
That's interesting. That's an interesting insider insight because I did not know that. But I think it's twofold. I think that Scheana is probably going to get in trouble from the producers, like you said, for spilling too much information. And, she just was kind of getting out of the woodwork for posting that picture with Tom. She really got it hard because of that. So now that we are seeing it yet again, her and Tom are kind of, mending things and kind of, working on their friendship. I think that, she's not only in trouble from the producers, but from the fans too, because the fans are not happy with how she has been handling this situation.
Well, and this is the thing that I have to say on behalf of Scheana. I don't know what Sheena's pay is for this season, but what I do know is the cast, they're paid two ways, either salary or day rate. I don't know what Sheena's position is. However, Scheana has a baby. Scheana has to film scenes, whether she likes it or not. If she signs the contract, she has to film these scenes. She can also get in trouble for that. They give her a call sheet, and in the call sheet, it's almost like if you booked a movie, or if you booked, for example, I did a music video when I was like 20. I was a video hoe. And when I did this music video, thank you. It was an Ariana Grande Break Free music video. And
wow.
And she was great. And I got this call sheet, and I was miscellaneous alien number 3. And I knew where I needed to be as miscellaneous alien number 3. And I knew I was with these other asshole aliens because it told me who I was filming with. And that's the same thing for Scheana. She gets a call sheet that says, hey, Scheana, babe, you have to be up by 9:30 because you're going to be doing meditation with Lala, Tom Sandoval. I'm throwing out random names, James and Allie. That's going to be at this time. And then they won't tell her we're pairing you, but just be ready. And then once she gets into the scene, it's like, oh, fuck, I have to film this,
Yeah, no. And I have to say, I am not one of the fans that's totally hating on Scheana for this. Again, a lot of people, I even seeing people in the comments, I don't know, the it's my job thing is really rubbing people one way or another. But I do think that it's part of the show. It's what they signed up for. Scheana and Sandoval had quite a, close relationship prior to Scandoval. They are two of the OGs. They have been the longest standing cast members. So I think that there is, it was almost inevitable for them to kind of come back together. And I'm sure it's not easy. We're just seeing it from a third party point of view. We don't know what they're talking about. We don't know how she's handling this. So I think that, while it seems like they're just back together again, best friends, but I don't think that's the case. I think that Scheana hopefully is putting him through the ringer.
Well, and that's how I would imagine it would be going too. And the thing is, I even said, I see where some people are like, why even watch the show if we're getting all of these spoilers? We know what's going on. And I always like to use the example from Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton, Aspen. We heard that from the weekend that it happened. It was ran through the news, the media outlets. We knew about it before they were even halfway through filming. We talked about it. We built it up in our heads, but we didn't actually know what happened. And that's why it is so fun to watch the shows, because you might think and we might have been, steered in this direction, but we don't know how it's going to be manipulated in the editing room. And we also don't know the context behind some of the photos that we're seeing, like James with Tom Sandoval, because even though it looks chummy, what if Tom Sandoval showed up to apologize to James, and James sat at the table and he's like, I know I have to do this, but Goff, I don't care what you have to say. You, Tom Schwartz, and Joe, I don't even know why you're here with your neon ass hat. What if he did? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. So what does this mean? I think we kind of skated over the whole Joe of it all. So she's there. She's at SUR. She's filming. This is crazy. Thank you, Kaya D, for calling out our collab. We love you. What did you think about seeing Joe? I don't know. I was not expecting to see her on this season. Katie has called her out. She's kind of like a villain. I don't know.
I know that Joe has attached herself to Raquel, and I believe she's still very heavily attached to Raquel. So this would definitely be a safe space. Because before Joe didn't want to be mentioned, she didn't want to be on camera, she didn't want her face on camera. Now you're sitting right there at the table with the camera right in your face. So the dynamics have changed. She is now signed on the waiver that she can be a part of anything. She can now be mentioned. Once you sign the waiver, her name can be brought up, her likeness can be used, or maybe not likeness. They can use her photos. She already signed that, or else she wouldn't be sitting there filming. So now I kind of wonder if this is something that might be enticing for Raquel, because Raquel has a body who will be in her corner, as opposed to just kind of being out there. Because Tom Sandoval, now he's starting to inch up past Raquel as far as like the train of who's to blame and who are we mad at. We haven't seen Raquel, so they all hate her still. You're on the outs. But Tom Sandoval is slowly creeping his way back in on the apology tour. And the minute that they cue Raquel back in and she's on the outs with everyone and he realizes, okay, I'm not in that place anymore, he might not go to her defense in the same way that he would have when they were both on the island together. Because he's looking back, he's swimming away from the island. He sees the life raft over here and he's trying to get to it. And he's looking back and he sees her ass still on the island. He's like, I'm not staying on this island with you. This is my one chance.
That's a perfect metaphor. Like how you put it is just perfect. Like I think that he might just leave her in the dust, and it's going to be, I don't know how to, I was about to say it's going to be sad to see. Like, I don't even know how to feel if that were to happen, but I don't know. I'm still saying, I really hope we get at least a little bit of Raquel. I just want a little bit of it. I want a little bit of her. I don't need her to film the entire season, but I just, I do need something from her.
No, I get that. Vicky Harnish, who is this bunny person in the Bethenny thing, Jason? Vicky, we will get to that in a moment. Quentin Dean, wait, so is Raquel coming back or no? I'm sorry, I wasn't sure. As of right now, she's not signed a contract. She could still easily be negotiating. Honestly, I could tell you right now, she's negotiating for more money. And we would believe this. That's not true. Right now, she is not returning to the show as of today. Now, could a producer talk to her tomorrow and be like, listen, we talked to the network. We're prepared to offer you this much more money. You only have to film half the season. We're almost done, plus the pickup shots. Are you interested? And she might be like, yeah, actually, sure. I miss it. I want to come back. So it could change any minute. The ball is in her court. If she wants to film, they will happily mic her up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm sitting here waiting.
Yes. All right. So last thing that I wanted to bring up before we end up getting off of the Vanderpump Rules train, I know that you also saw this. It was, Lala Kent letting us know that the Vanderpump Rules spinoff has officially, or is officially, starting to film this week. How? Before we get off Vanderpump Rules, Kim, I have to pick your brain on this. We're doing a Vanderpump Rules spinoff. So people that we're familiar with, and it was what we originally were going to get before Stassi and Kristen got canceled, right? But now that we just have Stassi, Jackson, Brittany, or not Stassi, I'm sorry, Kristen, Jackson, Brittany, and no Stassi, and the other cast members, as far as we know, are not filming with them. What is the show?
I don't know. I mean, it's confusing. I kind of wish that we would just bring Jax, Brittany, and Kristen back to the OG Pump Rules, honestly. I don't know what this spinoff is really going to be about. I don't know if Jax, Brittany, and Kristen are strong enough to like kind of hold their own show, and be that centerpiece. Obviously, they need to bring on other cast members. I don't know who those people are going to be. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm going to watch. I'm going to be there,
Well, yeah.
First episode premiere night. But I am confused as to exactly what this is going to be about, what they're going to do, and who else is going to be on.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, too, is I'm guessing it has to be their best friends, the ones who are in their new social circles, now that we have families, except for Kristen Doty, now that we have our new homes, except for Kristen Doty. Jesus, Kristen. I'm trying to fight for you, girl. I don't know. You don't even have crazy ass Joe anymore. She left you. And she went with the top. Kristen, I don't know what you have, but girl, we're ready to see it. And we're rooting for you.
She does have a new boyfriend. They seem
Okay.
to be happy. You know, they do her podcast together, Luke, I think. So I am interested to see a little bit more about that and how she's kind of, you know, rising from the ashes. So I don't know. So
Do you-
Bravo should have gave Stassi a big check to get her to film the new show. I agree.
Guys, if we're welcoming back everybody else from cancel culture, if we're bringing back Kristen, Jax was never officially fired because of cancel culture. That was not the reason. So we'll give him the slide on it because it wasn't so definitive. But if we're doing that with Kristen and we even let her film season 10 for a cameo, you got to let at this point, you can't say anything about Stassi filming the show. They were fired for the exact same reason. So if people are celebrating Kristen Doty's return, there's nothing, just because if you think that Stassi's an asshole, that's an opinion. There's a lot of reality TV stars that we don't like. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve the right to film just like everybody else or do their job. And I get it. But my thing is like, if we're canceling one and one person gets to come out of being canceled, then that applies to everybody, especially if it's the same thing, unless Stassi did something more than Kristen, which was not the case, except for the hashtag Nazi chic when she went to Germany, which was not cute. But
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. She's a little bit problematic, but some of our favorite housewives of all time are too. I mean, Ramona Singer, let's be real. Come on, problematic. So let's just, I think we have to start fresh with like kind of an equal ground here. But I do think that Stassi has a lot more going on than Kristen. She has a New York Times bestselling book. She has a successful podcast, multiple. And her tour was extremely successful. So I think that, she keeps saying she doesn't want to return. She might return to reality in some capacity at some point, but I just don't think she feels she fits back into the Vanderpump crew still. I would love to see her, but I don't know. It kind of sounds like as of now, she's not even really like thinking about it.
Right. All right, guys. Well, we just spent 20 whole minutes on Vanderpump Rules. So I told you there was a lot. We are going to keep this train moving because everybody wants to know about the Bethenny Frankel of it all and the Kyle Richards of it all. And listen, we're not here to disappoint today. So we're going to bring that to you. We're going to start off with Bethenny Frankel and this whole unionizing of the reality TV stars. Now, I'm going to play a video for you guys. I apologize if it feels a little long. It's like a minute. But it's Bethenny explaining her position and why she is the best fit in bringing together a union for reality TV stars and the talent. And it's kind of crazy because she's like exposing the system behind it and why it's not fair. While there's another reality TV star from a show called Mommy Mafia, which apparently Bethenny has something to do with, who's blasting her ass, saying, oh, you're now fighting on behalf of reality TV star contracts and you're trying to take 15% of my earnings for the next 11 years on a 1-season contract for a new reality TV show? Excuse me? Let's get into it. Let's play the video. Oof.
So we came up together. He was a network executive, became a reunion host and a talk show host. And I had my own trajectory on a parallel path, working my way through the entertainment industry from a different side. We've shared many beach walks and secrets. And I
think we lost Adam for a second. Hopefully he'll be right back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a second, but you're back.
Oh, here it goes. Sorry about that, guys.
Of all time, I rated, and I am in a position to discuss a possible union and fair and equal treatment for all reality talent because I'm not disgruntled. I don't have my own agenda for myself, something I'm asking for. This is not a lawsuit, and this does not have anything to do with just one person or one network. I've always understood that Bravo's Andy's first priority and the housewives. That's the realm that he protects. Those are the secrets that he keeps. The first time I ever heard him say something not directly to me, but in public was about RHWYs when he said negative things about RHWYs. And then I went on his show and felt ambushed, but that's the name of the game there. There are going to be polls and discussions, and they're designed to kind of make people look bad, produced questions, but that's how you go promote your products there. You got to take a couple of hits. And I have had opinions on the franchise in particular and reality TV and in particular, but I haven't felt comfortable really totally expressing that because I didn't want to say anything untoward about Andy or about the housewives, the place that I came from. But I've grown increasingly uncomfortable with certain things. I've been put in situations where I've felt that it wasn't safe. I recently found out that I crashed a funeral, and that was very jarring because it's felt like there is exploitation without compensation for many people. I've now, in the past couple of days, heard stories about people whose spouses have lost jobs and people who have been threatened with contracts that they cannot use their own business and work on their own projects afterwards because the network has to own them. And then, yes, of course, there's the Bethenny clause and all of these different things that I'm thinking about that aren't equal and fair, and reality talent isn't compensated properly by and large. And I've run this by lawyers and people that work with unions and heads of the entertainment industry and asked point blank, do you think I'm right? And they have all said yes. So I know that I'm right. And there are over 100 people that have also told me that I'm right who work in this industry. Many of them are scared and threatened and have gag orders, and contracts are being used as weapons. But I want an answer because I deserve an answer. We deserve an answer, and we're going to get the answer we deserve.
Okay. First thoughts.
I don't know what to think here. I used to love Bethenny, and I still do. She is from one of my favorite housewives of all time. She's kind of, used her TikTok to talk about a lot of things and act like she is an expert on everything pretty much. However, while I think she's maybe like taking this maybe a little too far, I think she does have a point. I think there are probably a lot of unfair kind of, aspects of being a reality star. And honestly, if anybody is going to bring them to light and talk about them, she is probably one of the, best ones. And then we saw, in some of the comments, we saw Nene jumping in. We saw Vicky jumping in on one of her other videos. So other housewives, that starred in previous seasons are kind of, backing her up and saying that this is true. So that kind of gives this, some reputable, it looks reputable in my eyes.
Right. Well, and one thing that she's saying too is, if you look at, excuse me, a few of the strikes, you see a lot of people are upset about royalties and residuals. And one of the things that Bethenny is complaining about is that even when you go on Bravo, or Bravo is doing one of those, hey, it's Saturday, we don't have new content, so we're doing a binge of RHONY from seasons 3 to 7, and we're going to play all the episodes. When they do that and Bethenny is back on the screen, she's not getting paid for it. And I think that she thinks in her mind, if you guys are still getting ad revenue from this and you guys are still getting paid to put it on, then I should still be getting a residual because I am the person that they are watching that you're getting paid for. However, when you signed your contract, that wasn't in that. So I get it. However, I really am hoping that there's not another strike. I do think that everybody should be protected in their respective fields. I don't think that the reality TV stars would ever all come together and strike. I just don't see that, because I think with the actors and the union, that union has been in place for a long time. I think that there is a system of respect for that union. I think that union also scares the shit out of everyone, because if you go against the union, you will never be a part of the union again, which means you will never get those big jobs. You won't be a part of SAG-AFTRA. I think that there is a whole system in place there that is also intimidating, making people, and I do get it that the union is in best interest. But if somebody just signed, for example, you're a new actor, you're a part of SAG-AFTRA, you just landed your first movie role, you're so excited, this is going to be a big box movie, and you start filming in 3 weeks, right? And now SAG-AFTRA and the union said, no, we're striking, and you're like, shit, this was my big break. If they were to ask you, hey, do you still want to shoot for this movie? Then you screw yourself with the union and you'll never be a part of it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like Bethenny has a successful, or she had a successful business. You know, she sold Skinny Girl. She has money. She is not, where she was when she started RHONY. So she has this platform to stand on and has the ability to kind of fight for it. Whereas these other reality stars who rely on this income from Bravo, it's their only source of income. It's how they, came to be who they are. They rely on it. They don't have as much flexibility, to go up against these, networks and executives and, put their job on the line. They rely on this. So it's the same thing. I see your point there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, on top of this, guys, too, I wanted to show you because since we're talking about the Bethenny Frankel of it all, Bethenny was also blasted because people aren't happy with her, especially this woman. Her name is Bunny. I believe I'm pronouncing her last name right. Hedaya. Have you seen this?
I haven't, but I need to.
So this woman is literally blasting out the whole situation of the mommy mafia, like the mommy mafia thing. And she's saying that Bethenny, this is what she said. I'm literally about to post my contract because she feels like she's being exploited. I believe $22,000 for the year is what I was getting after she got $8,000, talking about Bethenny. She said that doesn't even make sense with inflation. And they have this chart in there that they wanted to take a percentage. I think it was 15% of my income for all of my businesses unrelated to the show for about 11 years. It's been 2 years since I looked at the contract. She said Bethenny wanted to put a hidden camera in my home and 15% of any of my brand deals on TikTok before the show ever aired. She also went on and added that this was absolutely ridiculous. The contracts are completely in their favor, which is expected, but there are 2 major points I want them to change that are non-negotiable before we even start negotiating. One being, they said that we have to release all rights to privacy and hidden cameras and listening devices in our homes. First of all, that's weird. You're not filming Big Brother. The hell is that? Then she said, on top of that, this is completely unacceptable considering we have families and children. The second is that they want 15% of all likeliness royalties starting sign of contract. I've built an online following to over 550,000 followers since March, and I refuse to pay them anything until the show airs. She's saying, well, she's literally calling Bethenny out for fighting for the exact same thing that she's doing to other talent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting. I mean, Bethenny mentions it all. So I am just like waiting with bated breath for her to reply to this. I don't think she's going to just like let this slide. I think she's going to come on and either, clear up or try to defend herself in some way. I don't think she's just going to let this, sweep this under the rug. I think that we're going to hear from her sooner or later because this lady is definitely activated. And it kind of seems like, I don't know. It seems too detailed for it to be like made up. I kind of believe her.
Yeah. Well, Bethenny, may the odds be ever in your favor. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
We'll see how it goes, Bethenny, but we're moving on. We're moving on and we're moving on to the Kyle and Mo of it all. Now, these poor guys. Can I say something really quick, Kim?
Please.
I thought this was going to be our new Scandal. When it first came out, I was like, not for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills picking the cameras back up. And oh my God, and there's a lesbian involved and she's a country music star. And wow, I really thought like, oh my God, look at this salacious narrative. I fell into the trap. I really did.
You and me both. You and me both. Oh yeah. I mean, I think, it's like we crave this now. We live off of this. We feed off of this. It's kind of, I don't know what that says about us, but
it's a life to us.
I know.
And you're like a whole married woman. And so, I mean, I'm over here married too. I get it, guys. We just need I need to get a life because I was so invested.
I know I'm so invested, but like, it was just crazy that it was Kyle and Mo. You know, it's like we thought that they were endgame, you know? But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's really playing out like that. They're kind of keeping it low key. You know, there was that week after the news broke that, you know, we got all the TMZ footage and the gas station video and all this and that and the photos that weren't taken that day. But it's kind of quieted down. We haven't really heard anything until yesterday.
Well, guys, Kim again, who's always on it. This is why it's important to go to Instagram and follow at Bravo Breaking News. Kim posted this.
I'm going to talk about this real fast. Okay. You guys may know there was like a picture of me without my ring on, and people must assume now, oh, because Kyle and Mauricio have been going through a hard time, that's why I didn't have my ring on. That is not why I didn't have my ring on. Okay. I didn't have my ring on because I lift weights and it will, you know, bend the ring, ruin the ring, and it hurts. So I take the ring off when I'm lifting weights. And I was working out and lifting weights at the gym. And then Portia came out and said, it's time to go to school. And I jumped in the car and we were running to grab muffins and coffee she wanted to bring for her teacher in the morning. And a paparazzi saw me without a ring. And that sparked a lot of stuff on the show that actually wasn't even true. And you'll understand when you see the season. But that is not because Mo and I have, you know, been having a hard time. That has nothing to do with why I didn't have a ring on my finger. People magazine came out, you know, it said, you know, we're separated, living on the same roof, and gotta have to be so careful with everything I say. So like, you know, then we had to quickly like write a statement saying, you know, yes, we have had a hard year, and you know, people leak stories. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not true. And we made a point to say that, you know, divorce was, you know, not being discussed, you know, and so I'm going to talk about this real fast. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it cuts off. There's a little bit more to the video, but you know, reels cut off at a minute. So
yeah. Did you catch the rest of the video?
So the rest of the video, she was basically saying how, you know, they released the statement. She did so because, you know, she had a lot of family and friends reaching out, wondering what was going on. And she just, you know, wanted to clear things up. Her and her family and her daughters felt a lot better after releasing it. So yeah, and she kind of, you know, continues to emphasize that her and Mauricio are, you know, just working on things. It hasn't been easy. So
I mean, at that point, I don't have, like, it's weird to say sometimes because I get called out on everything. Like, for example, I'm not going to say who, but my phone was blowing up last night into this morning. And it was one of the Bravo talent saying, this story just came out. You commented this, and I just want to let you know, I know that you sourced it from, let's say, page 6. That's not the truth. Can you please fix this? And I get called on everything. So when it came to the Kyle Mauricio thing, I'm not best friends with Farrah or Kathy or any of them, but I do have good communication and back and forth where I can say, you know what I mean? So I wanted to handle this with care, but not only because of that, also because somebody said something one time and it really stuck with me. And I forgot which reality TV star said this, but I think it was Khloe Kardashian. She mentioned when she was sticking up for the fact that what she said about Dream's mom, Scheana, she was like, listen, like, be careful what you guys are putting out there, because one day these kids, or if not today, will go on and they see the internet and they see these headlines. And even though their youngest is still a teenager now, Portia, I still think about it. Like, I'm like, that's so awful. Like, I don't want to contribute to this little girl sitting in her room reading, like, are my parents getting divorced? That wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, is that just, I guess I have a conscience. I don't know.
Oh, no, definitely. There is a lot of kind of talk about this Kyle and Mauricio thing. And, you know, I think that the main thing is trying not to spread a false narrative. You know, I think that at the end of the day, like, we're all on Kyle's side. Like, even though we thought this was going to be a big, you know, scandal, it's not like we wanted that to happen. Like, deep down, you know, we are rooting for Kyle and Mauricio. We want them to succeed. We don't want this marriage and family to break up. So I think we're just trying to all understand like what is going on. Like, and that's why I'm glad that Kyle kind of addressed it in her in her Amazon Live. Shout out to Amazon Live. I mean, all the Bravolebrities are spilling
Really?
it on Amazon Live this week. So, but she, used this forum to kind of clear up because she knows that everybody is wondering and everybody is talking about it. And I'm kind of glad that she was just able to sit down and set the record straight and tell us like what is going on from her point of view, not through Page Six, not through another source, And so I think that's why, these maybe lives are good for them because it gives her a chance to kind of, speak her piece, and it's coming from her mouth. She's speaking her truth. And I don't know. I'm here for it. If she feels like she needs to talk about it and defend herself and clear some things up, then I'm all for it.
You know what I like too is I think it's funny. These Amazon Lives get these damn Bravolebrities in so much trouble. But it's like when Kyle was trying to say it, it's like what Scheana was wanting to say on Amazon Live. And she's like, I got to reel it in, but we did this meditation, but fuck, I'm saying too much. And Kyle's like looking back and she's like, you can hear the other person in the room. And she's like, I got to be careful what I say because I don't want to get in trouble. And it's like, these poor people, like, and it's not poor them. They get paid a shit ton of money to do this, but it's like, you are living it. You're going through all of these extreme emotions that are heightened because you're on camera living it. And then you can't talk about anything because contractually, if you ruin it, you might get fined. So it's like, holy shit, I would have a therapist on speed dial. I'd be like, look, Gretel, let me tell you what happened today, girl, because this bitch, like, I feel like I wouldn't even know who can you talk to.
I know, it's like trust no one. Like, I would be able to do any press because you just never know what's going to come out of your mouth, especially in a situation where there's no editing. You can't go back and be like, oh, take that out. Like, you're live, you're talking about it. People are going to screen record it. You can delete it later. That's not going to help. So, it's like, I don't know, but she didn't really give too much away about, Beverly Hills, even though she does admit that, the whole ring scandal did cause a lot of drama on this season. So, and I think that she's kind of referring to maybe the Garcelle of it all. Garcelle on Watch What Happens Live brought up that her and Sutton were suspicious of it all. So maybe that's where this all began, was that single picture of Kyle without a ring.
Oof. Well, Kyle, we'll be watching the new season of The Real Housewives. Listen, somewhere Kathy Hilton is smiling in some weird fucked up way with that Grinch grin. And I'm not saying Kathy Hilton has it, but she's like, oh, last season you guys wanted to try to make my world crumble. You know what I mean? Like, she's like,
I know, right? Like, spotlight's off her and on Kyle. That's kind of crazy.
I think Kyle Richards would have had a whole new respect for Kathy Hilton because if Lisa Rinna was on this season, because had Lisa Rinna have filmed and this news would have came out, she would have been all in that shit. And then Kyle would have been like, Lisa, I'm telling you, this is not true. Kyle, you have a lot of things that you're hiding in your closet, and you better believe I'm going to talk about them. And Rinna, why are you doing this to me? Kyle, you're a liar. Like, I could see Lisa Rinna looking at her face to face being like, you know that all of Beverly Hills knows. So you need to talk about it, Kyle. You need to be honest. You need to tell the truth.
Have we heard from Rinna about the Kyle and Mauricio? I haven't seen any headlines, and I'm also blocked by Lisa Rinna like many other Bravo content creators on Instagram.
Wait,
so I don't see her posts. I'm blocked. Yes, I've been blocked since the Aspen of it all. I mean, she's blocked quite a few content creators. Adam, maybe you're one of the lucky ones.
I'm not blocked.
There she is. Oh my God. I kind of miss it. I miss seeing her crazy posts and her rants. But have we heard from her? Has she spoken out? Has she said anything? I'm kind of surprised that she hasn't, kind of latched onto this and capitalized on this.
No, I think that she's actually for the first time keeping her mouth shut, which is really smart because if she does want to return, we know, let's be real. Lisa Rinna would have came back had they put the money in front of her. But Kyle Richards also, it's kind of like going on in like this season. No, like last season, people didn't want to fight with Heather. All the eggs were in Heather's basket. Kyle Richards is still front running And it's still somebody who you really, unless you're at Lisa Vanderpump status, you're not trying to just rip them apart. I mean, it could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. I think that there's like a hierarchy and a tier system with the housewives. And I think that some of the other wives are afraid to step on anyone's toes. Just like when you have Siggy Flicker, who's doing this interview with All About the Real Housewives, saying, Margaret, you can't say anything because she's protected. She's protected by producers, you know? So you don't know who's protected, but they do. They know.
True.
So,
Yep, that's true.
we shall see. Leslie said, I'm in a shady mood. Well, Leslie, you got to start this from the beginning because there's a lot of shady shit. But
Yeah,
with
me
that,
too.
guys,
You know,
go
shady.
ahead.
No, I'm with Leslie. I'm kind of, feeling shady today.
You're feeling in a shady mood?
I am shady boot right
Shady
here.
boot mood. Well, guys, as always, like I was going to say, thank you so much. I know that the studio, this obviously isn't my studio. This is my living room now. So this a little bit different. Things will be back to normal at the end of next week. So thank you for bearing with us. I apologize for the first 2 days of this week, me being an avatar, but I am back in person and we are back with Kim. And if you're not following Kim, just like with the screen share situation, Kim, will you let us know where we can follow you?
Yes, follow me on Instagram. You can also subscribe on YouTube. And I did just launch my new Etsy store. I'm so excited. Brand new merch just launched yesterday.
Wait,
so
where
make
is it?
sure,
Right here? Hold on.
make sure
Oh, wait,
to
no, not unfollow.
don't
Okay, here.
unfollow Taste of Reality.
No, we love taste. Oh my gosh, I'm a Bravo girl. That is so cute, Kim.
Oh, thanks. We can't see it, Adam.
Can you
There
see
it
it now?
is. Yes.
This
Yeah,
is
so
fucking cute.
yes, for all my Barbie lovers, Barbie Bravo lovers, I just saw it last night. I am obsessed.
Oh my god.
And yeah, there's like tons of new styles. I'm so excited. I've been working really hard on this for the past couple months. So I hope you all just check it out. Just check it out.
This is so cute. I made it nice. Bravo breaking news. So chic. The worm with the mustache, the whoop it up, the lightning bolt. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can a Xanax, not a Xanax. The fish from the fish room. The wind chimes. Oh shit. You did the damn thing with these. These look so good.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, it's so fun. I love it. Like if I could wear Bravo merch 24/7, I would. So I kind of just like made this for myself so I could wear this stuff all the time, but I want other people to enjoy it too.
I mean, even this Never Trusted Tom that is so cute in the wait, but first Bravo. I'm always like, guys, I'll be the first one to admit sometimes I'm guilty of, especially when you bring people on, you want to promote their stuff. And hopefully if you're bringing people onto your own channel, you enjoy and like the stuff that they're posting. But sometimes you like the person and they don't have necessarily the best stuff, but you still want to promote and encourage people. I love this. I'm actually obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with the Barbie vibe one, but first Bravo, I'm upset. Kim, you fucking killed it. Amazing job.
Thank you so much, Adam. Thanks for sharing. If you want some merch, let me know what you want. I'll hook you up.
Yeah. Oh my God. And look at this too. Wait, real quick. Love you and Kim together. Okay. I love that. Oh, the shirts are cute. That's cute. Love it. Cute. Love them. Ridiculously cute. I want all the merch. Guys, you can go right over to Bravo Breaking News, like I'm sharing right here on Instagram. Go check Kim out and make sure that you check out her Etsy shop, as she said. And then also,
This is sexy.
let me just play this really quick or put this. You can go to a Bravo Breaking News on YouTube because Kim is not only working so hard on her social medias and now her Etsy shop, but she is working hard to bring us the YouTube content. So make sure it's free, it's easy. Go over, show some love, smash the like button, get subscribed. It costs you nothing. And it makes it where Kim can keep doing what she loves to do, which is talking about Bravo. So we love it.
I love it. Thank you so, so much, Adam. I love just talking hot, messy topics. It's just the perfect thing to wake up to.
Hey, well, Kim, thank you again. And hopefully if you're available next week, I'll shoot you a text and I would love to have you back. These are so much fun. And my husband sometimes is like, I don't want to do hot, messy topics with you today. I have to do emails. I have to work. And I'm like, okay, bye. I'll call Kim.
Always, always. I'm here, Adam. I'm
Well,
ready and waiting.
you're the best. And guys, for everyone in the live chat, oh, wait, do you send to Europe?
I think it ships worldwide. Tool, I can confirm that for you. If you want to shoot me a DM on Instagram, we can chat.
Yeah, perfect. Blocked, Vicky Harnish, you're blocked. Oh, by Lisa Renna. Yeah, well, apparently a lot of you are. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you in the live chat. Thank you for all of the engagement. And thank you for checking out Kim on Bravo Breaking News on YouTube. And also go to the description of this video. You can check her out there as well. There is a link pinned there. And then I will have another link pinned in the comment section so you can check out Kim's Etsy shop. And from there, we are posting 2 more videos today. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted with the community polls. I love you guys so much, and we're out. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. See you next